Unit 6, Day 3. Today we're going to practice simplifying radicals. A radical is another word for a square root. So we're going to simplify the square roots, in other words. I tried to think of a square root as being a jailhouse. So of course, things that are inside a jailhouse are inmates. Your job is to factor, in other words, break apart the numbers underneath the square root sign, also known as a radical, into multiples that produce that number. Whenever you see a pair of twins, you're going to circle them. So for example, the square root of 25, I can break that up into the square root of 5 times 5. So I see a pair of twin inmates. Anytime you see a pair of twin inmates in the jailhouse, you're going to circle them. Whenever, and they don't have to be side by side. Always, one will one will be killed off. Unfortunately, it's prison. Life is tough. However, the other one will escape out of the prison or jailhouse. So you'll have a 5 came outside the jailhouse, and there's nothing left inside the jailhouse. So at the end of the day, the square root of 25 is 5. Let's do the same thing with 9. 9 will factor into 3 times 3. So again, I see a pair of twin inmates. Anytime I see a pair of twin inmates, I have to circle them. One will sacrifice himself for the family, and the other one will escape to save the family name. So at the end of the day, you have a 3 outside the jailhouse and nothing remaining in. So the square root of 9 is 3. Now let's do the square root of 18. Now when I look at 18, I can break that up into 9 times 2. Alright, I don't see any twins just yet. However, 9 is a big number that can be broken up into smaller numbers as well. So I can break it up even further to say 9 becomes 3 times 3, and then I still have the times 2. Now I see a pair of twins. Again, I have to circle them, only the twins. One sacrifices himself, and the other one will escape outside the jailhouse. So in this scenario, we have 1 3 that came outside the jailhouse, but we still have a 2 remaining inside the jailhouse. So it would be 3 square root of 2. And that's how you would simplify the square root of 18. All right, let's do 5. I can simplify 24 to become 6 times 4. 6 can break apart into 3 times 2. And 4 can break apart into 2 times 2. Now I have a pair of twins. You only circle the twins. You can't circle more than 2. So I only can circle 2 2s. I can't do anything with the rest. So again, one will sacrifice himself. The other one will escape from the jailhouse. So we have a 2 outside the jailhouse, but we still have 3 times 2 inside the jailhouse. Well, you would have to just, all you could do now is multiply the 3 and the 2 back together. So it would be 2 square root of 6. Any problems I don't do, you are expected to work them out. All right, let's do number 7 now. Same idea, except for I have a number outside the square root sign. That number is simply saying 5 times the square root of 72. All right, so now I need to break apart 72. I know 72 is 36 times 2. 36 can be broken up into 6 times 6. So now I have a pair of twins, twin sixes. So I'll circle them, sacrifice 1, and 1 will escape out. So it would say 5 times 6 square root of, what's the left in the jailhouse? 2. Now the two numbers outside will multiply. The 5 and the 2 will multiply to become 30 square root of 2 as a final answer. And number 9 will be the last one I do with you all. Number 9 says 1/2 times the square root of 24. We simplified the square root of 24 before, so this will be fairly easy. The square root of 24, again, if you forgot, was 3 times 2, which is 6, times 2 times 2, which is 4, so 6 times 4. And in this situation, we had our twin 2's, where 1 sacrificed and 1 came out. So it ends up being 1/2 times 2 square root of 6. Now you need to multiply 1/2 times 2. Well, 2 is technically over 1. And when you multiply fractions, you multiply straight across. 1 times 2 over 2 times 1, which would be 2 over 2. And that is simply just 1. So you have 1 square root of 6, or just simply square root of 6 without the 1, because 1 is understood to always be in front if nothing else is there. This concludes your notes for today.